Okay, I think we are officially streaming. So, hello, welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, and welcome for the first time if you are not. Uh, I am Defected from Defected Gaming, and do plan on finishing this Pennywise drawing today. So you may have saw from either yesterday's video, we actually got a good bit of progress, or you can actually look at the screen right now and see where we're at. It took me about 3 hours to do this. Uh, just kind of playing around with it, just figuring some stuff out, trying out some texture and different stuff. Um, I'll be explaining my thoughts as I go, the best I can, as I think about thinking, if that makes any sense. And yeah, just welcome in. If you enjoy the content as you're watching it, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you are interested in seeing more stuff like this in the future. I do anticipate making a time-lapse video out of this drawing, so we'll be seeing that in the near future as well. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I have plenty of videos already that you can go watch. Most of it's actually in pixel art, which is, I won't say my primary medium, but it's definitely one that I was enjoying over the past year for sure. Then I just got my I got this new Huey on Canvas 22 recently, and since I've gotten that, I've really been pushing a lot of hand art out, hand drawn art. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. We're just gonna finish this picture today, and hopefully get a nice little time lapse out of it for future, and just enjoy the process along the way. So I say, what better way to get started drawing than to start drawing, right? So let's do that. Um, we have currently a few issues that I noticed yesterday that I don't really care about. Uh, so a whole dilemma that I was having yesterday was just trying to decide if I even wanted to do a realism style or, kind of the comic book style, which we're working with right now. I think we're going to go with the comic book style because I don't want to spend the next 6 hours doing realism. Not gonna lie to you, I feel that we totally could, but I'm not prepared to do that for this particular piece. Maybe in the next one. So we're gonna keep our black lines for our piece, and we're gonna just kind of shade around that. Also, things that I noticed yesterday. Sorry, I kind of got off track there for a second. This here is a little more slanted than I have it right here. I need to bring this line down and the matching line to go with it. And over here, you see where it does the same thing and it connects up so like that and it connects to the eye. I need to make that a little more affluent within my piece, and I need to lighten up a lot of this area on the face and create some of that depth. But we will do that throughout the process. So what I'm gonna do, supposed to start this whole thing off, is I'm gonna try to find the layer that holds my outline. I think that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the eraser. No, not the eraser. I'm gonna go to my grab tool. Well, it's not grab, it's actually the selection tool, sorry. Now I'm gonna go to my grab tool and I'm gonna kind of rotate that a little bit. Technology. Maybe. I might have to work on that. Let me get the red to go along with it. You know what? Let's do that. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. So that looks way closer to what I had envisioned. I'm just gonna have to come in like so. And now I go here with my eraser tool. I eliminate. I'm gonna have to draw that line. Oh, I don't want to do not that yet. I'll do that in a second. First, I want to get rid of this red. So it's kind of like creates a little point right there. So I need to work on that. Let's zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Let me do something real fast. My apologies. Give me 2 seconds. Thank you. Okay. So let's go ahead and go here to the outline, I guess. Get rid of this line. We know we don't want that there. Let's get rid of that. Now let's look at this other side. Okay. So we have that, and then it kind of curves around and like so, right? Something like that. A little more finesse than that, but I think we'll be okay with what we're doing here. What layer is this? Okay. Should probably label these layers. It would definitely help me in my process. Usually does when I do it on the other projects. I just haven't got to it. Okay, so this, let me zoom out, doesn't connect quite the way I want it to. What I'm going to do is go to my selection tool. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Wait, can I do that on? I think I can. I'm not really proficient with what I'm about to try to do. I think it's actually under the vector. Liquify. Okay, we're definitely going to have to bring that brush size down though. That's crazy. 480. Oh my god, man. Look at that shit. It's not something I do normally. I just wanted to try it out because I know it's a thing. I watch a lot of Sam Does Arts, and if you watch Sam Does Arts at all, then you know what Liquify at least does. You might not know how to use it, much like myself, but you know what it does. So that's close enough. We're going to apply that and move back to our pixel layer because I don't want to get crazy with it.
Anyone saying they want to go out with these?
I will learn that on my off time. Started to look like it was about to get away from me. I mean, I did notice a couple of things about it just even now when I was just doing it. Not that big of a brush. One of the things that I noticed is that it creates a geography underneath it, and that's how that seems to spread itself. What I need to do, I guess, is learn how the brush size and all those settings over on the right that I looked at for about half a second, how that affects the brush and the geography that it builds. Yeah, maybe we'll do that one day on stream, who knows. Maybe I'll just get a stream going that says, hey, come teach me how to use this Liquify tool. Or just come teach me how to use Affinity in general. That'd be nice. Well, this is the color that we need here, I think. Let's get rid of all this. What is that? Oh, no. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why you pick your brush up so you don't ruin a lot of good work. What is this? Where'd that come from? Oh, it's going to make me go find that. There it is right there. I don't know how that got there, but she gone now. Okay, so that took care of that. Oh, come on. There you go. This is the one, right? Yeah. Let's get this. Hit the X tool, X to get my. Oh, need the black. I had to grab the color, erase a little bit, because it looked like it was getting a little muddled there. Erase a little bit of that color, not that much. Clean that line up a little bit. Okay, let's Match white color one more time. Brush tool. Little highlight in there. I don't like the way this is shaped. There we go. Let's take a look at the whole thing now. Alright, so I need to make this slightly different. Let's take that. Let's just move that just a little bit. Rotate that. Is that right? I think that's right, but I need to extend it a little bit. See if that were a vector line though. I could just go wrong color. Alright, now I just go to my eraser tool and I'll just clean that up. Put a little width on it. Or less width, I should say. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I can live with that. So what I need to do is find the layer that has all of this shadow. Not that layer of shadow. That's the picture. I got so much stuff going on. And you start blending, merging some of these layers, I think. That's not the layer I want, so I'm gonna erase or take that out. We'll take that out. Yes. I think that's the one I want. Yeah, I believe so. We'll grab that. We're gonna go grab that. No, just hit the smudge tool. We'll just start smudging this up here. That's not the tool that I wanted. Zoom in on that a little bit. Okay, that's not the layer I want to work on, I guess. Where is it at? Am I tripping? What's going on? Oh, my computer was just being really slow. I don't know why. Oh, by the way, Affinity does crash on me occasionally, like a lot. I don't know why. I don't think my computer is too slow for this program. It just does that. Maybe you know why. Maybe it does it to you too. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so I don't know what I did just now, but let me just start undoing a bunch of stuff because I'm not sure what just happened. But stuff went awry. Okay, I'm happy with this starting point. Don't know what this layer is. I think it's the duplicate of that. Yeah, okay. That one stays coming for now. This one comes up. I need to make this eye more visible, much like this one. That's worked out. I'm gonna get that shadow there. I need to make this slightly less black and opaque and put a little bit of facial structure in there. I need to work out some of these details up here because I don't like that trash. But I think I just need to highlight some of it, which puts me into the territory of realism once I start going that route, because if I do that, then I got to do it to the whole piece. And I don't know. We'll see. Trying to keep it simple, but also make it look cool. Put my own little thing into it. I don't want it to just be another picture on Pinterest. I want it to be Defective's picture on Pinterest. Which, by the way, if you have a Pinterest, you could probably search me up, Defective Pixel Artist, and look at all the pictures, and they will also lead you to my YouTube, which you're already here, so you don't need to be led to my YouTube via the Pinterest, but just a neat little factoid. Got a Twitter. You can look it up there. I think I got all the links down below, actually, if you interested in anything of that nature. Where do I even start? Let's get this eye. I think this is a good start. This is a good start spot. We can just make this eye look better right now. There's that line going across right there. What is that? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can get rid of that. You certainly don't want that. But what I do want is to go here. Zoom out so I can see the other eye. This is a little bright, but it's okay. I don't mind that so much. I personally like the really bright eyes. What do you think? Yeah, that's what I thought. You agree with me, I'm sure. Bright eyes. We'll do that. Let's go in here. Let's zoom in. Let's get a little bit of this red. There's several different flavors of red, but that's okay. We'll pick the biggest one. The biggest one. And try to figure out where that is coming from. There it is. Here. Yeah, just gonna kind of dot it in there a little bit. This right here is too much. Where's that? Not that one. This one. Bring that down a hair. Nice. There's still a little more that I want to work out. Gotta find the rest of that eyeball. That wasn't it. What was on top of that? This is the one. Okay, cool. Well, what I need to do then is this. No, not that. We can make that stick out a little better. Oh, let's see what is going on there. Cool. That's cool. Now we clean this back up. Finish that off. Grab our reddish color. Put a little more. Oh, wrong layer. You see that? We're up. Do it. There we go. Hey, we have a layer name now. It's called I. Is that ironic? Ironic? This layer. Need this color. We gotta fix this eye. I don't know what happened. How that disappeared, but it did. Go back here. Let's take a look at this other eye. Okay. So we go to the smudge, I think, and we bring some of this up into the eye. Not like so, not like that. How much of that eye is actually visible on that right side? Nothing. It cuts off literally right there at the beginning of the pupil. So you won't see any of that. This should all kind of blend in, I think. Do a couple things to make this eye look a little more round or sunken in. I'm not a huge fan of this eye. And I'll tell you why. It's this line right here. I like that curve. Take that, let's bring it in a little bit, and then let's even shrink it just a hair. I'll clean the connections up here in a second. Let me see what that looks like how much space we have between here and here? Before I was right here. Now it's considerably closer. So let's go ahead and finish the job. And I have black color selected, so just draw that in. Well, let me erase this. Keep that. Erase this. And we'll just connect that, and we'll connect that. See what it looks like. Okay, my connection's not proper. Man, okay, so is it the connection that's not proper, or is it the angle of the eye? I don't know, let's try something. Let's get that layer, let's get all the layers, because I can't afford to mess this up. And we go on an adventure. It wasn't by much, but I think that's it. Did I do anything? Definitely did something. Put it back. Somehow. I like that, but now I gotta blend it. I gotta get all that crap and make it work. But you know what? It's life. That's how we do this. We make things harder on ourselves for the greater good. And we try not to worry about it too much. So now I've got a mission, and that mission is to clean up this eyeball section. This whole section. So here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to make everything disappear. We'll just bring it back one layer at a time. Don't need to mess with that. Don't need to mess with that. Actually, I can pull one of these off because that one actually, you know what? I think I just did that one on that other layer. You're such a dummy. It's okay. Now here's what I can do. Duplicate. I'll merge these two. Now I'll duplicate that. This pen out of my hand, so I use my mouse. Okay. And we'll do that. Now, bring it back one again. This I have to work on. So let's go in, let's dive in and see what I gotta do. What does it look like without all this stuff behind it? Okay. I think I can, honestly, I may just be able to smudge this out. Try not to make it look like it was obviously smudged or cut out, you know? Just try to cut out a lot of this colored thickness, if you will. Make sure it looks as natural as it did before I did that. At least. Preferably more natural, but you know. We set our standards low. We always exceed our standards. I don't know, something like that. We'll see. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. This is trash. What the crap happened here? Probably have to erase that on the other side of that line once I bring it back, but that's okay. This is nasty. So just looking at this, I mean, you can still see the facial shape, right? And we know the eye is somewhere around here. That might be a little lower because this is all supposed to be shading based on the form features of the features. But yeah, nose, and then this is underneath the mouth. I don't know why. Oh, it's so sharp because of the nose. I know why that's sharp. And this is the upper side of the mouth, and that's why that's sharp. So I guess it's okay for that to be sharp. This can blend out though, and I may end up erasing some of that, but we'll see. This here is behind the line, so it's probably why it is the way it is. We'll see once I start turning some of these layers back on. I'm kind of just fudging with it right now, and hoping that and trusting that it'll look kind of good when I turn those layers back on. I sort of know what the picture looks like in my head. Sort of. I'm sure I'm making a mistake right now. Yeah, it's okay. I can fix anything that I do. Just might take time. Alright, so now we can turn our other stuff back on. We don't need both of those, so that's that. Alright, next layer. Yep, we definitely got to work on this layer. So let's turn these back off and see what I got to do. Well, I mean, we know what I got to do, but yeah, smudge. Smudge is the way for this piece. I really don't use smudge a lot in anything that I do, but I just decided I wanted to try using it this time, like a lot. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, I know it's a useful tool, but you know, even smudge, something as simple as smudging, it takes a know-how. You need to know what your brush does. You need to know how I'll call it ink, digital ink will respond to the motions and the movements and the direction that you push it, pull it, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Which is why I don't mind using it, because I'm essentially teaching myself that stuff right this very second, and you're witness to it. I've done this stuff many times before, but you never really do it the same twice unless you have a system, in which I do not currently for this particular uh, software style. So I'm winging it a lot. I don't know if you can tell, and that's okay. This is art. Again, I want it to look as closely as possible, so that by the time I get done with it, but I don't really care if it looks exactly like it. I just want it to look really freaking close. All right, so I was getting ahead of myself. Got those on, so this one is going to have to be altered just a hair. I don't even think I have to turn the other layers off for this one. I think I will just be able to, well, yeah. All right, let's give it another shot. We're going to try to liquefy this. So I'm going to grab this square and move it over. I don't know how. Okay, so that pushes that whole little section over, but what does the ink do with that? Let me undo that. So do you pull it? No? I don't even know if you can do. I'm not on the right layer. I bet. You know what? Screw this. I don't have time for this. I'll figure it out later. We're going to do it a slightly jankier way. What layer do I? Oh, God, yeah, I knew I was on the wrong layer. That's why my freaking vector liquify didn't work either. So now let's try it. Now that I'm on the right layer. The difference it makes just being on the right layer. Look, I could go through here and clean this whole thing up like this, I think. But that's, I don't know what that's doing to my geometry back here, so I'm going to kind of calm down a little bit. I'm just going to apply that, go back. We're going to fix this from here. Give me a little bit of that. Put a little bit of that in there. Clean a little bit of that up. Hopefully that still fits within the bounds of the outline. Take that, clean that up. I don't know. We'll see. not bad. Still in this layer, so we'll clean that up, put that in there. Oh, that line though. This is the one. This is the one. Nope. Gotta grab that with the V button. The V key. Drag that. Make it slightly smaller, make it fit a little better. Ooh, it's almost like I did that on purpose. And now we gotta somehow very elegantly recreate this line. Go to our color because I'm outside the lines here a little bit. Do the same thing here. Okay. Not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Let me save this for my daggone program crashes for some crazy unknown reason. So yeah, I am Defective Pixel Artist. Welcome to the stream. If you are new here, I have a YouTube channel that I primarily focus on game dev, game art, pixel art. I don't know. How do you primarily focus on all that stuff? I don't know, but I somehow managed to pull it off, I think. I have been at this for about a year now, so Happy New Year to everybody out there. And today is a new day of a new year, and hopefully by the end of this year, it'd be really cool if this channel was monetized. I know that requires a lot of work and a lot of dedication, so I'm going to do my best to make that happen for you guys, and for me. I'm not going to lie, it's for me too, because this is my outlet. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we can somehow put a dent in that the AI art structure that's being pushed out right now, man. Oh my god. I don't know what I know. I don't know what I know. Like, I could have pumped this into AI art and it would be done already. Oh, did I learn anything from that? Would you learn anything from that? Maybe. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? So anyway, I got to finish this piece. Let's go ahead and throw on that last layer. I don't like this layer at all. I don't even know if it needs that layer. At least not in its form of current fashion, its current state. I definitely need the cracks, but I don't like the way they're represented right now, so I need to figure that out. Let me go up here. Try erasing, because erasing stuff is amazing. Sometimes it's exactly what you need to do. Just erase your crap. And if you don't like how you erase it, you can undo erase. You can erase your erase. Maybe it doesn't need to be that subtle for this particular piece. Yeah, in realism, yeah, it needs the subtlety. Or it needs the, what am I looking for here? It needs the obviousness that, you need to know that's what his freaking head looks like on TV. But maybe you don't need to know that in this drawing so much. Maybe. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm just drawing. You tell me. See, I think a little bit of subtlety like that does the same job, but it doesn't look as overpowering. It lets you know that he's got little marks on his head without trying to pull it into realism. Okay, so this whole section right here is bugging me. Let me find that crap. Let's go in here and find that crap. Okay, here it is. No, that's not it. This is the one. Alright, so what we're going to do is try to blend this a little better. I wonder, is there blending? An actual blending tool? I don't know. I don't play enough around with all the tools in this app. I just use what I know how to use. Here's a donut tool. What is this? Just pushing buttons now. What is this? Force pressure. Thought I was using that, but I guess not. What is this? Assuming and then there are more. Okay, yeah, there's this brush stuff. I don't need the brush stuff. By the way, yeah, there's all types of brushes. I use the round brush for the most part because that's just what I'm familiar with. But occasionally you'll see me switch over to a different type of brush. In which case, it's a momentous occasion, and you should definitely be watching at that point because it's going to be interesting how it all plays out. Yeah, I forgot what I was even doing. Blend. I'm looking for a blend. There's a burn. There's a dodge. There's a bun. There's an adjustment. Filler blur. I mean, blur. I don't want to blur it though, do I? Nah, blur is not what I want. Undo the blurs. How many more blurs I got? Okay, that's all the blurs. Alright. I guess we just go back to smudge. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Use vector art. No. We're going to smudge the smudge out of this. What layer am I? I thought I had that layer, but I guess I don't. Alright, we're going to have to do it the hard way. Figure it out this way. This is it, right? Maybe. Okay, yeah. Alright, turn stuff back on now. Got the right layer. Zoom out. See what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, this. Oops. It's pretty much. It's okay. I can erase all that. Anything that goes out. Not a problem. This is all kind of lit. This is not lit as much, so I'll have to work on this blend right here between these two. This is definitely not that dark. This kind of fades, come down a little bit, but not that much. This is sort of like that. I'm gonna have to make my strength a little less. And we're just gonna kind of smudge that into place. And you see he's got a little light right under his freaking eyes there. So I'm gonna try to mimic that a little bit, but it's not much. So I'm gonna have to come back and fix that. Push it in a little bit. Yeah, something like that maybe. And this will fade into this. A little round motion to help blend that in. I guess this is doing the job. I don't know why I was looking for another tool. Alright, so now I'm gonna blend this the best I can. This is kind of trash right here, but we'll see. Erase anything that's inside of there. I'm leaving that little line right there because I just want to highlight the fact that, well, I'm trying to leave that little line right there because I wanted to highlight the fact that it's puffing out a little more than what's underneath it in this area. So hopefully that's working. This is all blended for the most part. This is all blended. I like that darkness right there. I don't know what this is, where that line even came from, but we'll see. We will see. I might be able to actually do this. Kind of pull off this little section right here. Maybe. I'll have to get rid of some line work, but see, I don't know if I really want to get rid of that line work. I won't need it though if I have the shadows right, but then again, we're right back into the realism debate. So, realism or no? No, we've already decided no realism. So we're gonna push this back in a little bit. We're gonna go to our outline. Just one, no.
Sleep.
See, that's what I see whenever I'm thinking realism. It's like, okay, you just take the outlines off, and you, as long as your shadows and stuff are working properly, you get the realism. But I don't want that style for this picture. I like the comic book look.
With some of my friends, and I smoked some, and I passed out.
It's a hard debate in my brain. It's just going off constantly. Oh, I gotta fix that line, that eye up there, or I forget about it and just post this crap with a broken eyeball. Just right one for the red it is. Cool. Fix that a little bit. Go this one. Yep. Do that. Grab this color right here. Finish this line. How did I do that? Did I never figure that out? I thought we'd fixed that. I guess we didn't. We're gonna do that now because I can't have that. Oh, it's on that one. That means it's also on this one. Cool. Alright. Now, this line right here, I know it's there for a reason. I think it's too thick. Let's zoom in a hair. And we'll just kind of pick that apart like so. I'll blend this back in just a second. But so now we'll go to our smudge and just kind of move it around a little bit so it's not so sharp. I didn't like that last move I just made. That's a little much right there. Let's see.
His biological dad walked out of his life when he was 6 months old. Basically, I go get high, and then I come back and then fight with my stepdad. He had punched my
Yeah, this music is
husband,
fucking rude.
and he
What the
had
hell?
also punched me in the head. He's a big
Oh,
kid,
you.
man. He's
Jesus.
6'1", 235 pounds. He outweighs me by at least 50, 60 pounds.
That just came out of nowhere. Anyway. Let me see. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Well, the right layer. We got so much stuff going on here. I don't know if I want to waste. Is it a waste of time if I just label them now, or is it just too late?
That's not good at law enforcement. No, you got sight, you know that?
I don't know. The world may never know. I'm not doing the clone brush, bruh. Show up with the clone brush, bruh. Alright, how's this eyeball over here look? See, all this is not that dark. Oh crap, what did I just do? See how that just pushed over there. I didn't mean to do that. It might work. I don't know why. I just oops. Let's see. Go back to my smudge. Let's do a couple of things here. I might have to undo this. We'll see. See, I can use the smudge to kind of give myself like an automatic shadow. Like it just pulls it off. I could change the settings on that to make it slightly closer to what I'm actually envisioning. But I mean, this is fine. It creates the darkness. Push it over, then I blend that, and it also makes it not so daggum sharp. Which that's the thing I don't like about lines. Is they're just so sharp. But I can't do that. That's messing up the whole picture there. 'Cause this is blended. That definitely doesn't go that high up. But you can stretch lines that way. See, we're right back in the territory of realism. I don't care. It's just gonna look how it looks. This line right here is my problem. Don't like that nose line. I think we've decided we're smearing our lines. Not all of them though. I'm gonna leave these sharp. I like these kind of sharp. Maybe. I'm so indecisive when it comes to my art. Okay, alright. Subtle. I like the subtle. I like the subtlety. It's not bad. Might do the same thing for the eyes if I can pull it off. But there's still lines. Same thing for the nose if I can. No, that's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I think the secret is going with the line and not against it. But if you have a curve, then that creates a little bit of an issue with that theory. Oh, I just completely made that line disappear. I don't want to do that. Just enough to create some separation, like a drop shadow. Same here. In fact, I can get rid of any lines that are right here. We don't need those at all. We don't want any lines on this mouth either. Too much. Oh, watch this. Oh, that would have been great, but it didn't. It wasn't. And then I can just push that up, push that down. Oh, we're getting so close. Too close. Okay. Alright. See, I'm really liking the way this is starting to look. I think the mixture between the realism and the other version is what I needed to do. to show you this, and I'd ask you which one was the real picture. Would you know? Well, obviously, as you get closer, you'd figure it out really fast, but that's not what we're talking about. Okay, I gotta go back here. Erase this stuff. We gotta draw this a little bit here. We may even be able to call this done. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it needs much more. Gotta clean this line up wherever it is. Find out. Find out fast. I'm doing a whole bunch of erasing stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Didn't know if you were busy tonight, but just if you're around, give me a text. Bye.
Do I have one? All of my layers on? Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. Yeah, I thought I split that a little better than I did. I guess I didn't. Let's go ahead and clean that up. Okay. This nose. I'm just gonna clean this nose up right here. Gotta find that layer.
On second thought, never mind. Things came up.
Oh, okay, I see. I see what's going on here. Excuse me. Alright, so just a little bit more, I think, and I'll be satisfied with a lot of this. I need to push this dark down a little bit down here. So if I do this, I think I can fulfill that. And of course, I'll have to erase anything outside of this line. Blend this a little bit. Get anything outside of the line. I'm gonna have to do some work right here, but not much. I think I can handle that in just a minute. Let's get this started. So we want not this color white, but it's gonna be an off-white. I want to say it's got red in it. Maybe right here. Let's give it a shot. What layer do we put this on? You know what? Let's put it on this layer. thing up to about, I don't know, 30 for a second. Is that the right color? It's close. I don't know if it's absolutely perfect, but it's something. Erase all that extra the extra trash. No, let's take a nice little straight line to that. Cut that off. Nice and straight. Okay, and since we have the color already in place, if we want to make these lines, we just have to erase. Something like that anyway. This is all flavor. Just to sell the idea. Nothing too crazy. This actually extends. Oh. Okay, I have to get to this picture, blend this, whatever that crap is. See? That's fine, that's fine. All good. That's a little much. We don't want to do quite that much, I don't think. That's okay. I'm happy with that. A little much also. Okay. And you know, I think we just throw some a little bit more in here. Let's bring all this all the way up. Pull it out. But give me something to work with. Now we go this way with it. Erase anything that's beyond that line. Nope. Nope. And we'll just push and pull this until we're kind of happy with it. Like I want the shadows to be more close to the line, so if I could separate that a little bit between the two, that'd be cool. While keeping shadows on the lines as best as possible. Dot would be neat. So I'll do that. I'll drag that over. Hug that line. Not that much. Hug that line. Ooh, we gotta pull this down a little bit. Hug that line. Now we gotta completely make this all disappear. And once we get that, we're gonna blend the edge, make it look natural, like the rest of it. Or make it look like the rest of it, and if that is natural, then that's perfectly fine with me. And now we got a little depth in there. Now, I think I can go here and kind of blend these lines just a little bit. Make them a little more subtle. Alright, and once again, I'll erase anything that's on that side of that line. Okay, right here, I need to sharpen that line up a little bit on this space, I think. Whatever this darkness is, I need to find that. That's not it. There might be some of it. No. Actually, it's not there. down to a 3. As we're doing such minute detail. Which is essentially capping that out, something like that. I'll blend that section in a second, but I want to make sure I get it right over here. I'll blend that in a second also. Let's try it one more right there. I'm kind of torn right now between. I need that eyebrow to be visible, that's for sure. Or eyelash, sorry. That kind of meets like down so like so. I don't want it to be that sharp, so I need it to blend. There we go. There we go. This sharp line's really bugging me. Can I find it? Figure out what all this. I think I erased some stuff I wasn't supposed to on a different layer. We'll see. Go looking for it. It definitely doesn't hurt to every once in a while go through your layers and clean them up. Yeah, so you can see what's going on. Like, I don't know what this is all about, but I know I need to smudge it because it just didn't look right. Like, I don't know why that little gap is there. So what I need to do is find this layer with this shadow. Might be this one, I don't know. That's not this one. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. I'll still be drawing though. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty good about this picture right now. Obviously, I see things that I could do. Obviously, I see a lot of things that I could do, but I could go about this for a full-on year and see things. You know what I mean? At some point, you have to be okay with what you got. So the question is, am I okay with what I've got? And for the most part, I think the answer is yes. Let me do some erasing here. I want to see if I can clean a couple of things out, maybe, just to get a little more definition in a couple of places. And you know what? I don't know. I think this is done. I mean, what more can I do to it that aside from just adding stuff, making it look more realistic, which I'm not super concerned with. So let's take this out. Not that. This. Let's crop this bad boy down. So like right there. Like that. Now, which picture is that? Is that the real one or is that the drawing? You don't even know. Come on now. No, of course you know. But yeah, I think this might be it. I think we might be able to get a decent time-lapse video out of that. So what I'm going to do is set this up right here in the middle of the screen for a few seconds, 30 seconds or so. That way I have a nice final product at the end of the time-lapse video. Head it out. Cool. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I think we are gonna be done with this picture. We're gonna just, I don't normally sign my drawings, so I won't be doing that today. The time lapse is my signature. I sign my original art, like if I do it in person or something. I do put my signatures on that. But when it comes to this stuff, it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll start putting my signatures on this stuff, but for now, this is Pennywise from It, and I am Defected from Defected Gaming, and thank you so much for checking out the videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, comment, all the things, you know, let the algorithm know that you are paying attention to me even a little bit, because I need the help to make my goal of 100 subs happen. I mean, I'm already over halfway there, but it's been a year. I'm at currently 66, and I'd like to hit 100. So if you can help me out by hitting that sub button, but only do it if you really want to. I don't want you to feel like you're forced. Anyway, appreciate you hanging out. That's it for now. Okay, thanks. Bye.